Hi folks, welcome back to Hanbleceya Ranch. So in today's video, I've got a lot going on. I've got a lot of small projects I got to do, got a lot of cleanup going on. But before we get started, I wanted to kind of give you an update on our mud season, because this time of year here in Maine is absolutely terrible. As the frost begins to thaw out in the ground, you have all of the snow melt, we have quite a bit of rain, and it just turns the ground to absolute mud. So I'm just going to do a quick walk around and just show you guys what we've got going on. So right now, this is about as good as it's going to get for a little while. I mean, the ground is soft. It's really mushy. There is a ton of water. But the good news is that it is drying. And so with it drying up and the water kind of receding, it's all good signs. It means that the frost is coming out, which is great. Chicken coop area is still quite a bit muddy, as you can see, but that'll dry out here in due time, which is good. And the infamous Hanbleceya Lake is no more. The frost is gone, and the water has all drained down. There's a little bit left here, but that'll get out of here by the end of the day, which is awesome, because what that means is we can start work on the greenhouse soon. It's almost as if it's a spring day. It's still March though. It's kind of hard to believe things are drying up as fast as they are. But we got something I want to show you. This has been something that we've been talking about, oh my gosh, for probably 2 months, I think now, on our channel. It's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to showing it to you. I gotta open up the trailer, because what I have in the trailer needs to dry out. I picked it up this morning from my neighbor, and it's not all of it, but it is certainly a big portion of it. Check this out. Those are all of the cedar boards that are 10 feet long that we got from all the logs that we milled, that my neighbor milled for us. That is pretty freaking awesome. I am really happy. They've been sitting outside for a little while, so I wanted to get them under cover. And we'll go ahead and leave the doors of the trailer open for now, just to kind of help dry it out. Get some air in there and let that stuff, kind of all that stuff just dry. So I'm not sure yet when we're going to start work on the greenhouse. I do want to let things dry up a little more. Besides, we do have quite a bit of work that still needs to be done on other smaller things, so we want to get those done first. But it's coming, so stay tuned. All right, so the first project we have going on today is one that it's exciting to get done, but honestly, I'm a little bummed that we're having to do it. Late last fall, we built this carport that I'm standing in. It's an awesome carport. We love it. However, we put solar in here, and the purpose of the solar was to give us some lights, which are hanging up over here. Unfortunately, the battery I have is no good. So I am ditching the solar for lights in here, and we bought a motion sensing security light that we're going to install. Now, the one we went with was this heart. The reason I wanted this one is because I have the panel is separate from the unit, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the panel for the outdoor one that's up here, right there, and that's what I wanted for inside of the carport. So I'm going to be mounting it right on this plate here so that when we come in here, it'll turn on, shine into the building, yet the line will run along the top, and then I'll mount it out on the side here. So, all right, let's get it installed. Okay, so we have the light installed. We have the solar panel hooked up. We can test it. Oh, there we go. Turns on, which is good. I'll show you the solar panel. The solar panel is actually right next to the outdoor one, which you can see right there. So, kind of works out cool. Now, the other thing I'm going to show you while I'm out here. So we have 200 watts in panels here. It's actually a little less because of age and because of efficiency, but I have the lights on right now. I got that one, and then there's the one over here. I want to take a look, and I can see this. So the charge controller is working. It's actually charged it more with the load on it, which is really weird, but as long as I have sun, I can still use the inverter. It gives me power out here, and we're going to go ahead and continue to use it. Like I said, though, I've got to change the battery. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but one of these days we'll get it changed. So, but for now, the light in the carport is done, and we're going to go have some lunch, and we got a couple more projects to do. So the next thing we have got to do is we've got to get this new screen door, which is an old screen door, put onto the outdoor kitchen. I put some new rivets in the door just to make sure that it works good. And now we're going to go ahead and rebend all of this part, this frame here. Got some bad spots. We're going to get those straightened out, get all this cleaned up, and then we'll get it mounted. All right, so our door is installed. So let's check it out. It is a screen door. We got the stop up there. We got our little clippy in there. Door closes nice. Now I am gonna have to pull this screen out here and replace it. It's got some tears in it, you can see. So we'll get that repaired. I mean, obviously it needs a cleaning, but that's pretty awesome. When we found it, thankfully we did have the screen and the storm window. So we're going to leave the screen in there now just because, we're on the cusp of spring and summer. So, but in the fall, we'll pull the screen out, put the glass in there, and then we'll have our storm doors. So we do have one for the GPS. But I'm not going to install that just yet because honestly I don't even know where the door is. Plus it seems like it's raining, so the rain has started. It's going to rain for a little while, so we're not going to really be able to do much else today outside. It's going to be raining for the rest of the day, so that kind of sucks. I love coming out to the woodshed, standing here, especially when it's raining. You can hear the raindrops hitting the top of the tin. I love that sound. We have quite a bit of work to do, and with the weather, the temperatures being nice, really gave us an opportunity to get some stuff done before we have to start working on our big projects. problem is that we are so dependent on the weather that a day like today when it's raining kind of puts a hold on just about everything. Yesterday we got the cedar wood, the milled lumber from our neighbor, which is great because that stuff is now in the trailer ready to be used on projects, more importantly on our garage. And then we got the screen door on our kitchen, which was really cool. Glad to get that on there. I had a whole list of things I wanted to get done, but here we are. Kind of on hold now because of the weather. It just goes to show the impact weather has on our lifestyle here. Now, I can't speak for other homesteaders in different parts of the country, but as far as us here in Maine, you know, yeah, we could probably still work outside, but at what cost, right? We run the risk of getting hurt. We run the risk of getting sick. And either one of those is detrimental. We can't have that. So, in lieu of working, we get a free day off. Reminds me of when we were in school, living in Chicago when we were kids. We'd get a snow day. And when we were kids, we didn't get many of them, but we did get them. And it was always fun to have the day off, but living where we live now, having a day off, that's rough. It sucks. It sucks. Because we only get so many days to get stuff done.